Park, of course, at the home of Saracens, where we are delighted to be bringing you coverage of what should be two great finals this afternoon. First up, it's of course the Champions Trophy between Blundell School and Dulwich College, and we've got the Ace League final later on as well. That one coming up at 4:15, but well, we're about 15 minutes to kick off here. And well, as we build up to kick off in this first match, we can reflect on what a great competition it's been once again in its fourth year. And well, 32 teams down to 2. Blundell School have lost just 2 games in all competitions this season and reached today's final at Allianz Park after a 27 points to 5 win over Kingswood School in the semi-final. And Dulwich College, well, they'll look to become the first side in history to win the Schools Cup, having of course been triumphant in the Schools Cup as well. Delighted to be joined by Tom May. Tom, great to have your company here this afternoon. Schools rugby, a key stepping stone for those boys that want to take it further, but also in the development of a young man.
Definitely, I think schools rugby's got a massively important part to play in any sort of rugby career, whether you have the ability or you have the desire to want to progress on to professional rugby, or whether you just want to enjoy rugby for the sport that it is. It gives kids a great opportunity to play together, to develop great friendships, but also to have the opportunity to play in games like this on grounds which are, you know, it's a special ground. You know, to play on 4G is very different for many of these kids. You know, and it's a great ground. As you can see, it means a lot to these guys.
Well, yeah, we've got the likes of Dulwich and Blundell's who are here. Your old man played for Dulwich, is that right?
Yeah, my dad was at Dulwich College, so he'll be looking forward to watching this for sure. It was a school I nearly went to, but I went elsewhere. But they've had a great rugby history over the years. I was playing against them when they had the likes of Dave Flatman, John Dawson, Andrew Sheridan,
Nick Easter.
Yeah. So you know, they've had some players go through.
They certainly have. Yeah, I mean, Dulwich. They're a school that have got a lot of rugby pedigree. I mean, Tunbridge was your school, is that right? They were,
yeah,
of course, winners of this competition last year. Such is the nature of the tough edge in this competition that there haven't been any schools yet in the 4 years that have gone on to win it twice. It really is something that tests the schools, as we'll find out a little bit more in the coaches' interviews coming up. You know, there are teams that have become bogey teams for some of the teams today, and you know, they've finally got past them. I know it's been the case for Epsom College, and Blundell's finally getting past them, and Dulwich have had a moment with Bromsgrove. So yeah, these are the sorts of teams that have you know, caused a problem for teams on their way, but now they're here and this is a chance for them to succeed. And we caught up with the coaches as we build up to kick off here, and first of all we can hear from James Hanks, of course, the ex-Exeter chief man who is in charge of Dulwich College, and we caught up with him just a few moments ago. Well, James Hanks, the big day's here for your boys at Dulwich. How have they been feeling this week ahead of this one?
Yeah, no, the boys have been very excited. Obviously, they worked hard for a long time, and I think they're just keen to get the match underway and put the best foot forward.
The journey here saw off Bromsgrove, a team that have had a bit of history with Dulwich and blocking their path to School Cups finals in the past. So you must be relishing the chance to be able to put a marker down in a final today. Yeah, we are. You know, I think just more credit to the boys for working as hard as they have done. They've had a steely determination about themselves since they kind of met up in pre-season. I'm just really proud of the effort they've put in, the hard work they've shown, and you know, some talented boys as well. So it's been fantastic to be a part of. What does your Dulwich school team look like? Good question. I think, you know, kind of we like to play rugby. Boys like to work incredibly hard. I think our defence has been a real positive for us, especially you mentioned the Bromsgrove away trip when we went to St John's as well. You know, our defence was outstanding. That's kind of our foundation has been built on that. But again, defence comes down to attitude and character and hard work. So, you know, on top of that, we've got some guys that are dangerous in open spaces, and we try and give them the opportunity to play as well. You used to play the dark arts for Exeter Chiefs, of course. You enjoying the dark arts of schools rugby? Yeah, definitely. Not so many dark arts, but no, I was very fortunate to play rugby, and you know, it's just great to kind of give these boys a little taste of what's possible for them. Brilliant. What are you expecting from the game today in total, in terms of what Blundell's might bring as well? I think it's been a really tough game. We're also a very good side. They've beaten some very strong schools on their own journey here. But again, I don't know too much about them. You know, and obviously they've got a couple of key players that probably stand out. But apart from that, it's a cup final. You've got schoolboys who, you know, they can freeze on the moment or they can explode and, you know, be superstars. So, you know, just really excited to get the game underway and see how the boys go. Best of luck. Cheers. Thank you very much. Cheers. Well, Simon Johnson, Blundell School, getting past Epsom was probably one thing to cheer, but arriving at Allianz Park, something else.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. The boys have had a nice wander around, and it's very, it's really spectacular to be here. They're enjoying it. They're taking in every single minute.
Tell us about the journey for the team so far.
It all started off at Sherborne, which was a tough, really tough, hard-fought game down there. They had a huge set of forwards, but I think it was the side really got a lot of self-belief from the victory there. We then went on to Epsom, which has been our nemesis for the last 4 years. I think we've lost to them each time. So getting through that one really opened up the guys' sort of self-belief. And our confidence has just grown since then, really, with wins over Stowe and then Kingswood in the last round.
A familiar name in Sam Maunder as your captain. What can we expect from a Blundell side?
Hopefully enjoyable, exciting rugby. We like to sort of play a particular style, which is keeping the ball alive as much as possible. Hard work. It's all based on each player doing his thing, but also working really well as a team and supporting each other. But the most important thing at the end is that everyone's smiling and we're enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, and how much do you know about Dulwich? Do you look at the opposition at all on days like this?
I'll be really honest. We don't do a lot. We tend to focus on our own performances and just being ready to react and respond to what they're doing. We hope that our basic principle of play will mean that we should be able to come across most opposition and be able to set a few tests for them.
And what will be the final words you give to the boys ahead of kickoff?
Enjoy it. Really, I'm so focused on them having a great experience, enjoying this, and sort of taking it away as an experience for the rest of their lives.
Excellent. Well, best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Well, good to hear from Simon Johnson. Kickoff is edging ever closer then. We've heard from the coaches. Well, it'll be time to get things underway in just a few moments, so we'll be back very shortly. Welcome back to North London, to Allianz Park for this afternoon's Champions Trophy and Ace League finals. And, well, we can have a look at the teams for this first match at Dulwich College. Well, you can see the lineup there. That's actually the team for Blundell's we've got up there. So the front row, Josh Oliphant-Thompson, Ollie Clough, Hal Dare, then Mac Butterfield and Oz Kilbride in the second row. Jack Klinkenberg, Luke Simpson and George Bush in the back row. Sam Maunder will skipper from scrum half alongside Monty Crow, as Thomas is known there at fly half. Oscar Kolofsky and Jake Legasic will be the wings, and then good solid centre partnership of Barry Correa and Sam Keno, and Gregory Kitson is the fullback. So this is the team for Dulwich, but this is made up of Tyrese Asamoah, Louis Wright and Tom Brearley. The second rows, Enzo Croy and Noah Cooper. Jack Ramsey there, the son of a certain chef named Gordon, alongside Olu Odenlami and Hayden Oakley. The halfbacks are Mikel Davis and Sonny Jardine. And the wings at Louis Ferrari. Certainly hope he's got enough pace to go behind a name like that, along with Femi Sofalarin. The centres, Matthew O'Flaherty and Oscar Gleave, who will skipper the side. The fullback, who is a decent talent at the back, is Max Bliss. The numbers are in. Dulwich crew ready to cheer on their side.
Great to see the school supported so well, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. Just to give you a sense of what to expect, Dulwich have scored more than 30 points in all but one of their Champions Trophy matches leading up to the final. They face a Blundell side who are yet to concede more than 7 points in a single game in the competition. So attack and defence, the nature of the day. You can see the replacements there. Harvey Wilder, George Stubbs, Samuel Dodd, Max Baker, Will Cano and William Heroes. And for Dulwich, Charlie Deppel, George Duggan, Nick Wong, Tom Wade, Luke Castenskill, Lucas Wilson and Alex Cahill. This is what they're playing for. It's the Under-18 Schools Champions Trophy. For Blundell's, well, their rugby past shows up names in the form of Clem Thomas, All Black beating Welshman in 1953, and also Richard Sharp and Charles Kent. Both played for England in the 60s and 70s, probably under cap alongside Tom May. More recently, Matt Kvesic,
Jack Maunder, who earned his first cap for England in Argentina in the summer. And of course Sam Maunder is Jack's brother, who will be skippering the Blundell side. Dulwich College, well, they were an unstoppable force between 2012 and 2014, winning Schools Cup in 3 consecutive years. They were beaten finalists in 2015. This year, well, as we've heard from, coached by old boy James Hanks, who returned to the school in 2014 after a decade of playing his professional rugby with Exeter Chiefs. And we touched on a couple of those other names from Dulwich: Nick Easter, David Flatman and Andrew Sheridan. It's a great day out, of course, for all those who choose to come down and support their school. Where's the lamb sauce? Well, I think that's a bit of a tribute to a certain Jack Ramsey. It's our mission this afternoon, Tom May, to try and either wholeheartedly go for or steer clear of as many cooking puns related to the back row as possible.
I reckon we go for them.
Yeah. Slightly overcooked them. Oh, yeah.
There we are.
That's what we're talking about. Well, here we go then. The teams make their way out onto the field. Blundell's coming past the picture to your right, and here come Dulwich College in the blue and black. Want to be looking out for the likes of Sonny Jardine for Dulwich College. He's a dangerous runner at number 10. Likes to play flat on the gain line. And for the likes of Blundell's, well, those centres, Barry Career and Sam Keno, like to get stuck in themselves. Crowd are getting excited. You always see some nicely choreographed chants. And, well, there's a well-known figure in the middle for this one. Carl Dixon, assisted by Matt Todd and Phil Bowers. Carl Dixon, of course, former Harlequins man, who has kept the boots on, moved into a career as a referee and doing very well at it. He is too.
Clearly an ex-Premiership player refereeing the game, but also there's a few knocking around on the touchline as well. Dulwich College, they're armed to the teeth in their coaching department. Clearly they've got Hanks that we've spoken about, and also Ben Jacobs, a former Wasp, and Phil Greenaway, who I played some representative rugby earlier on in my career with.
Well, we're ready then to get underway, and Sonny Jardine will do so from right to left. Blundell's with some work to do. Getting a little bit of guard work from Josh Oliphant-Thompson. He's a square old character to get around in terms of any defenders wanting to stop that exit coming. But it's decent early possession for Dulwich now.
Watch it for
as Davis sends them out. Now the kick comes downfield. Oh, that's nicely plucked off the bootstraps, and an initial really big hit. I think Matthew O'Flaherty felt that. Coming to the right now. Blundell's go to ground. Louis Ferrari was attempting the clear out. He was well bumped away. Maunder, chip over the top. That's a decent bit of game management from the scrum half.
Yeah, it was a good start from Blundell's. Fairly organised in the way they want to get up the field. It's a poor kick from Dulwich. Straight down the backfield's throat. But they ran that back with some interest, didn't they?
Here's your mark.
Certainly.
Time's off.
Matthew O'Flaherty felt that.
Central head.
He's receiving some attention.
On you. Time's off. Head.
The big hits there. Each of the teams getting to know each other in the opening exchanges.
Is he going?
I think we do have a little bit of attention possibly for Matt O'Flaherty. He did look a little bit groggy after he took that hit.
We got a sub on? Yeah.
Have they decided that that was too big a hit for him to be able to carry on?
Time back on.
Certainly the early change is being made, and Lucas Wilson will be well, coming on to get a lot more game time than he'll be expecting.
Maul!
Maul called from Carl Dixon.
It's a great drive. Fantastic body positions from those Dulwich players.
That's
nice and low.
Davis gets it out for Jardine. Jardine is charged down, but Max Bliss will try and tidy it up from the back and put a bit of pace on it. Then gets low into the first tackle. Set up a similar position from where it started from. It was good from Bliss, and now Brearley. Up past their own 10-metre line. Davis looks to the right. Jardine, that's a lovely fizz off the left hand out to the right, and it's got Sofalarin going. Thought he was going to get away, but what a pass that was from Jardine.
He's off again. He's off again, I thought. Actually, I was chatting to Phil Greeno before the kickoff, and he said some of his players, they're not really interested in going on and progressing into the professional ranks, which is absolutely fine. But he said if there's one person that potentially does have a chance, that would be Sonny Jardine. He's certainly showing his ball handling skills there. That was a beautiful pass of his left hand.
Great tap tackle at the end as well. Blundell's not seen too much of them with ball in hand. Oliphant
advantage.
Just knocking on. Advantage is now with Blundell's. This is a good area of the field for them to launch the attack. It comes out the back. Bouncing through the tackles is the skipper, Oscar Gleave. Davis again, looking for that long ball over the top, sensing there's a bit of room out on the right.
Advantage is over now.
Takes it on. Sofalarin is looking to try and get that step and get that outside line. Hasn't quite happened for him yet as Louis Wright takes it. Then it's away again, and now it's a long pass right to left, and that's brilliant to find Bliss. And Bliss is in space here. He's got Ferrari outside him. Ferrari takes the ball, and this could be the game's first try. Brilliantly worked. The opportunity spotted by Jardine, and it's try time for Dulwich.
Fantastic try for Dulwich College. Brilliant ball handling. Jardine really stretching that Blundell's defence from side to side. At times it looked a bit lateral, but then when you can get the ball into the hands of someone with a pace like Bliss, fantastic job of just straightening up that last defender. And then as soon as Ferrari got the ball, well, the name suggests it, doesn't it? No one was catching him.
Exquisite stuff from Jardine. Chance to top it up from the left-hand side. That's really nicely curled around. And Jardine will get points as well for his own efforts in setting up the try. He gets the conversion, and Dulwich have a 7-point lead.
Just needs to be a bit careful, Jardine, as we just see Bliss doing a fantastic job to straighten up that last defender. Just needs to not overly use those wide passes, missing out all of those attackers inside him.
Well, compounding the misery there really for Blundell's, because they've taken that restart.
Make sure we hold our weight, no pre-engage.
Yeah, an attacking position like this, we've seen the pace that Bliss has.
Crouch!
A good amount of space down that right-hand side. It's just this last step off his left foot there. That's the killer blow. Defender sits back on his heels, can't do anything from that position.
Dulwich will be happy with the start, no doubt about it.
Fine!
They said they've scored more than 30 points in all but one of their Champions Trophy matches leading up to this final. Blundell's yet to concede more than 7 points. Well, they've conceded 7 within the first 7. Big tackle, and Carl Dixon is giving the penalty. Dulwich coming in at the side. A chance now for Maunder. Use this penalty to try and get some possession in the Dulwich territory.
On the line. On the line. Blue on the line, please. No, he's gone off his feet and at the side. He's got to do something positive.
Just going to say, Father Andy Maunder, he is a former Blundell's and Chiefs man himself. It runs in the blood.
He's sort of being forced down the channel there, isn't he? He's only got one club to play for.
Yep.
Right.
It's not worked out.
Oh, blue 5.
Didn't work out on the line out for Blundell's, and Dulwich have dealt with it admirably.
Yeah, I was just going to say, at this age,
just be careful.
we were chatting about it before kickoff, weren't we?
Make sure we bring him
Kids
down
nowadays
safely,
are
okay?
massive. These lads are there's some big units knocking around in here, but it's interesting to see how their the mental side of the game comes into this as well. Do you get too excited? Does Sonny Jardine get a bit carried away with the amount of space that's on offer, or do you stick with doing the simple things well? And also, how do Blundell's react to being put under pressure from Dulwich so early on?
At the minute, nothing is going their way. They've lost another line out that was on their throw. Dulwich are getting the ascendancy in the opening exchanges.
Crouch! Fine! Set! Oh, set back.
Here they come again, Jardine. That was as flat as it goes for Bliss, and Bliss is away again. He's got real pace to burn. That tackle was just good enough from Oscar Kolowski.
No!
They've got no scrum half here for a moment.
6, get out of the way.
Sofalarin will play 9.
Take a step.
Blundell's called on to defend closer to their line now. Enzo Croy gets the hands away. It was just juggled forwards from Ferrari that time. So Blundell's will get to breathe again.
Blundell's clearly under pressure at set piece, but they're just too bunched. Need to get wider, give themselves some time to just assess those runners that are coming down those channels. Can't leave Bliss that free, so close to the edge of their defence. Wingers need to work really hard with those outside centres. Always talked about, isn't it? Outside centre is one of the hardest positions to play in, because you need to get up and make those hits, but you also need to assess those runners coming at you and the space outside you and how that might affect those wingers.
Set!
It's the voice of Tom May here on our coverage here on Premier Sports of the Champions Trophy final. Blundell's with some work to do to get out of their 22. It's an initial strong first carry from Korea. And now they look to put a bit of width on it and test the defence of Sofalarin, who's eventually swallows up his man, and well, there's a good bit of strength from Kolowski to just get forward and get another yard. Clearance from Maunder. Bliss. He's a rangy runner. Younger brother of Luke Bliss, who played in the NatWest 2015 final. Brearley. Little chip through from Jardine, just mixing up the skill set there, but it's just been knocked forward by Jake Legasic. And just a few too many of these basic errors creeping in from Blundell's at the minute.
Yeah, Jardine got away with one there. He's a good player, clearly, but not sure he was meaning to do an inside foot spiral. Just over the winger. Still, Dulwich come up with the ball. And this is now a real opportunity for Blundell's to get their defensive system into place. You can see there they're really stressed. They're not even looking at the players opposite them.
Well, they've got to be wary of where this ball comes from Dulwich. It's coming back on the right side. It's with Hayden Oakley, and now away through Davis, and Jardine looks to fire it out the back. Ferrari had coming off the wing, and that was a really solid tackle through the middle from Sam Keno. Davis, good stepping from the young scrum half. Needs someone to step in and help out, which Lucas Wilson's happy to do, and now a little bit more room on the outside for Femi Sofalarin, but in the tackle he spills it forwards, and Blundell's will have the line out.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a couple of times that Sofalarin's not managed to hold on to the ball down that right-hand touchline. With much better defence from Blundell's there.
On the line.
I still feel they can get a bit wider, give themselves some room.
It's a big hit from Sam Cano that put Louis Ferrari on his backside. Stop that immediate momentum. Perhaps line speed is going to be something that Blundell's need to think about now to stop Jardine picking off those backfield runners. Blundell's look to go short side. Hasn't worked out for them. It's one of those options that, because it's available, it doesn't mean you have to take it.
Sometimes it just sucks you into that sort of option, doesn't it? Something looks on, but actually if it goes wrong, you cause your team a huge amount of problems. again, you can see the first 3 or 4 defenders of Blundell's really close together.
Let's come back on the Blundell side. Greg Kitson.
Never on the ball.
Pulls away from Maunder.
Take him back in.
Not too keen to go for the kick exit so far, Blundell's. Maunder go through the hands again. There's Greg Kitson, but he's had the ball burgled off him from Ferrari. It's a bit of a free-for-all down there. Away from Davis, close quarters stuff from Brearley. Support comes in from Enzo Croy, and then Davis finds it away to Jardine, who's then pirouetting through 2 of the tackles.
Release now on the floor. So good, stay there.
Mikel Davis off to the right again. Davis keeping the tempo fizzing away here. And the offer of the carry from Jack Ramsey, and good to see him coming onto the ball. Jardine, who we might have had options to, is outside there. He chose to take it in. Almost the first error we've seen from Jardine, not spotting the opportunity. Maunder, that's a lovely show and go from the edge, and then, well, he's thrown a wild pass to no hands, but it might just get tidied up by his teammates. Clean out needs to be good, but Ferrari is in there again with another turnover, and the winger's done that twice to great effect.
Turnover was good.
It was a good break by Maunder, wasn't it? Just a bit lacking in patience. It was just lobbing the ball to no one, really. I could see what he was trying to do. It just needed to be a bit more accurate.
Needed to make eyes with somebody there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Numbers? 5. More!
Line out nicely done from Dulwich.
Off his neck.
Davis, Jardine, he's thrown that, and it might end up falling into the hands of Blundell's, and it has. And a really solid power run here from Keno. What an opportunity for Blundell's. Jardine perhaps guilty of overplaying. Blundell's have got to be patient here. They've got numbers lined up to the left if they can find it.
Advantage never onside, number 9.
There's an advantage being played to the red and whites. And we'll come back for
9,
it, Maunder.
never onside.
He's going to want to put some pace on this, is he?
9, never onside.
Time to just take a breath. They're in the range to go for posts, and that's what Maunder decides they'll do. Cut the deficit to 4 points, or at least have a go at doing so. But, well, nearly an opportunity for Sam Keno to have gone all the way to the line, Tom May.
Yeah, and we spoke about it before, didn't we? Perhaps Jardine was just getting a bit carried away with those wide passes. You need to earn the right to go wide. You hear that so many times, don't we? You can't just go from side to side and expect defences not to just try and come up and pick you off. And certainly Blundell's defence are becoming more aware as to what he's trying to do. And this is a good opportunity for Blundell's to get themselves back onto the scoreboard after what's been a tough start for them.
Barry Correa, scholarship player, recently turned his attention to goal kicking only over the last 7 weeks. It's great to see the development of schoolboys at this level. And a moment here to get 3 points on the board. No problem from Correa.
I'll tell you what, if I could kick like that after 7 weeks, I'd be pretty happy. Pretty natural striker of the ball, wasn't he?
Certainly followed through nicely. Bit of a Polynesian link through his dad. He's the older of 3 brothers in the school. And Correa gets Blundell's their first 3 points of the day. Trailing now by 4 points. Dulwich still with that early try, scored by Ferrari.
No, Blue!
Klinkenberg made the carry. Blundell's again. Get the penalty. No release in the tackle from Tyrese Asamoah. Big physical prop is Asamoah, but on that occasion didn't get the release in time.
Line. Blue on the line, please.
The Blundell's need to get their line out right. They've had opportunities to have decent spells of possession from the set piece, but the line out just hasn't favoured them.
I think also with Maunder, they've got a scrum half that's clearly quite a good kicker. You need to use that ball, put it down deep into the Dulwich College half. Try and play from down there.
Do get it from the line out, which is a decent start. Oliphant Thompson gets it back. They're going backwards more than forwards here, but then it's the decent running of Sam Cano. Proved to be a really bright spark for Blundell so far in the opening 17 minutes.
I think from both sides they'll be looking to try and keep hold of the ball just a bit longer when they make these breaks. That ball, if it had gone, there was 2 players free, but that said, just need to keep hold of the ball when you're making a break up the field like that.
Davis gets the tap on his number 8, Oakley, then makes the run. Jardine's got through on the outside, he's got support on his shoulder as well. Is it going to be the run-in for Sofalarin? It's Dulwich College's second try. And nicely worked again, you have to say, by that man, Jardine.
Brilliant break from Jardine, and then it wasn't the wide pass, was it? It was the simple pop pass to Sofalarin. Both these wingers, you put them in space, they've certainly got the toe to get away. It was a great outside break, just bouncing off the ball. And then simple things done well. Great asset to have when you've got wingers with pace like that.
From a family of athletes is Femi Sofalarin, national standard hurdler and javelin thrower. And he's got pace to burn, as you can see, as well. So silence falls over North London. Let's see if Sonny Jardine can make it 2 out of 2. Flags are raised. Great work from the Dulwich fly half.
It's just a great bounce off the ball. So difficult to defend when someone moves away from the ball as it's in the air. That was a great ball as well, just to finish it off.
Ball straight back into the hands of the try scorer from the restart. Slipped a little high there, and that was spotted by the referee in the tackle. Really, with the carry. Dulwich have the advantage. Will Jardine try and get his backline firing? Not before Carl Dixon brings them back, as Oscar Gleave makes the carry.
Interesting. Jake Legasic down this near side. As Dulwich shifted the ball there, should be pushing up to help his outside centre.
On the line.
In these outside channels, it was static. You just see a replay of that outside bounce, fantastic. Then straightens up, slightly towards that inside shoulder, and a simple ball.
Fixed the last defender, Kitson, well, didn't he? Quite the noise being made over in the far stand.
Don't sack him now, 5. Yeah, you can go.
Dulwich getting a bit of a rumble on. They've already made 5 metres.
No, silence, he won.
Just get up to about 10 metres, but there's a penalty coming. But what can Dulwich do with it? They put Bliss straight through the gap in the middle again. He straightens, he's got no one on his shoulder.
Over.
Advantage is over.
Never on the ball.
Jardine with the clear out, but the ball was there for Blundell's, and they've come away with it. Penalty advantage was called over just in time for Blundell's. Didn't get the support for Bliss. Might have done a better job to come to this near side and find his support.
No, not blue. So no.
Blundell's to make the clearance. Maunder.
Great kick.
Done really well.
Brilliant kick.
Bliss here perhaps a little guilty of over-straightening.
Yeah, I think as soon as he's come on that line, just bounce out. That's the easiest place to find your support. And actually, if you back yourself, he's the sort of player that actually could just run that in himself.
Yeah, certainly the rest of the defenders at the rear guard had turned themselves in. Might have been a chance to get in and go for the corner, but another decent break from Bliss. Likes popping up on the gain line. Line out functions well for Dulwich. Referee happy that the tackle on the scrum was good enough from Oz Kilbride. Davis, Jardine, options running close. Little pickpocket there from Barry Correa, and now it's away through Keno. Good tackle and into touch. And the vocal Dulwich College fans loving the vociferous defence.
Great intercept and offload from Correa. And just a couple of little simple things, isn't it? Get the ball in the right hand so you can use your fend. Bit of footwork maybe. It's pretty easy from up here, mind.
Yeah. Dulwich line leading by 14 points to 3. Blundell's with a couple of opportunities. They've been scant, really. But they got close to getting to the line through an intercept. And that moment we just saw.
Use it now.
Dulwich defence has coped with it.
Hold blue.
In the end, they go for the high bomb this time. Sofalarin gets after it. Ball's tapped back. Jardine will make the best of it. Dulwich taken into touch.
Blue on the line.
You imagine the Dulwich coach at this stage, James Hanks, will be pretty happy with what he's seeing. Dulwich looking very much in control so far.
Yeah, they've done brilliantly and clearly they had a good start. I think probably what he'll say to them at half-time is just to be a bit more patient when they do make line breaks, keep hold of that ball. Because when you're deep into the opponent's territory like that, it's so difficult for them to get back in and form a decent line of a defence.
Tom Brearley doing some nice stuff. Oh, that's a brilliant kick through from Jardine. Ferrari very, very nearly got on it. If they had the ball sat up a little more, the kick had been end over end. Might have just dropped into the basket a little more, but the Dulwich fans on the far side, there is a stand solid of them, and they are loving every little thing that goes right for their teammates out on the field.
And apparently Jack Ramsey's dad's in the middle of it.
Next time.
Ollie Clough.
More!
Referee calling the maul. Blundell's doing well here. Getting some nice go forward as Dulwich struggle to get the numbers in. They now just do enough to stop the momentum, so it'll come away through Maunda. And then on the wraparound, or dummy wraparound, was Monty Crow, so Correa will take it forwards, but now they fizz the ball out to the left side, and is this a chance for Koloski coming back in field into the tackle of Gleave? Blundell's need to get the support there. Dulwich have shown themselves to be adept at turnovers. Blundell's again. Gap nearly opened up through the middle for Mac Butterfield. Maunda, Correa. Little step from Correa, goes through the gap and then turns inside. Lovely stepping from Correa. He might have Maunda in support. Blundell's going to get their first score. Sofalarin was steaming in, but it's a wonderful try and made by Correa, finished by Maunda.
Absolutely brilliant from Blundell's, and especially that man Correa. He's been at the heart of everything good that the school's done, and it was a fantastic break by him. Just looks like he's got time on the ball, doesn't he? He's got confidence. Lovely, show and go.
Lovely step and go, wasn't it?
And then a great pump and pass to Maunda, who went under. And we've got a game in our hands.
Well, Blundell's needed something, and it's finally arrived. It was a decent shout to make sure they got some points on the board with the early penalty in the 22, but Correa from his halfway has, well, come up with something very nice to put his scrum half in for. And he can add the extras. and bring that deficit down to just 4 points once again. Blundell's up to 10, Dulwich College 14.
Yeah, he looks like a good player. Tuck there, that step there to step inside Mikael Davis, and then the double pump just really sat Bliss down on his heels. He couldn't go anywhere. And Maunder doing what any good scrum half does, just follow up that middle of the field.
Blundell's will take confidence from that now. Be interesting to see how that affects their play. Maunder then fires it away to the left side, and it's released from Crow. And they are showing a bit more confidence here, and the signal infield was to tap it downfield, and is it going to be Kitson? Kitson gets the feed back inside. It's going to be 2 in 2 minutes for Blundell's. Goodness me.
It's Maunder again.
It is. Sam Maunder popping up to finish it. Career involved again down the far touchline this time. And Blundell's are now the fans who are on their feet. Dulwich fans are stunned.
Great attack. And it's that man again, isn't it? The ability to get on the outside of Gleave, giving the big fend. Hey, there's a bit of luck, but you create your own luck, don't you?
Okay, thank you.
And Kitson hands through the back of the tackle. And Maunder, hey, just follow up the middle of the field, it's easy.
There was a lot of work to do by a lot of players in that move. Career to begin with to make the break. Kitson to be able to get that ball down and then make the pass out through the tackle. Front.
2, 2.
Well, I said that Dulwich need to have a bit more control on the game, and certainly with Correa in the Blundell's ranks, they need to look out, because they can't just play hair and scare and rugby.
Really good instinct from Maunder as that ball came down to take the inside channel. You mentioned he's popped up there again, but many players on that occasion might have chosen to stick to the touchline, but as the last covering tackle was making his way across field, Maunder saw that there would be space down the middle, and that's where the try came from. 2 in 2 minutes for him. But now, as you so often see, having just scored some points, Blundell's may concede. Now you can see Maunder just making the run here, and the last defender coming across, so he knows he can stay inside and await that pass. Running his second. So, penalty chance now then to get the game all square. Just given the entertainment that both teams have put out for us, might almost be a fair reflection of the first half. Jardine has pulled it.
It'd be a shame for Jardine, but it's a lifeline for Blundell's. They got away with that.
Just wait, whichever's behind.
It's a good opportunity for these players as well, perhaps the ones that haven't been seen. Pretty near to us, there's 4 or 5 Saracens coaching staff from the academy. Real opportunity for these players to get their name in the frame. Oh, good tackle.
Big aggressive tackle there, and it's caused the ball to be spilt. Brilliant from Jack Legassick from Blundell's. And Blundell's have gone for the quick one. And it's Kitson. Ball needed to be offloaded quickly, and it's actually brought about the knock-on. So a moment of brilliance on the near touchline, and then perhaps a moment of rushing it slightly in the middle of the field from Blundell's. Placed down in the southwest, of course. Later on, we've got the Ace League final. That game over on Free Sports, and Humphrey College, another big team from the southwest, who will be looking to compete against a team from the northeast in Gosforth Academy. Looking forward to that one. A 4:15 kickoff. If you're sticking with us for that one, but in the meantime, we are being royally treated to some great schoolboy rugby here.
Knock on my way.
Jardine just looking to try and find that miracle ball over the top there. Tom May talking about teams earning the right to go wide, and that being perhaps something Dulwich need to think a little bit more about.
Well, I think also Wilson and Gleave in the midfield, we've hardly seen them in attack. They haven't been given the ball by Jardine off first phase, which is fine if it's not the right option.
Set. No, it's not. 9.
Dulwich come again. Ferrari off the left wing. He hasn't got much change out of that move so far. Although Dulwich get the penalty for Monty Crow not releasing in the tackle. And Jardine doesn't waste too much time and firing it down. Dulwich get the huddle going.
Number 5.
Noah Cooper, number 5, the man who runs the line out. Also plays a bit of water polo for the school. Asamoah waits at the front. Oluwadun Lamy is an option, but they've opted to go to the middle instead, and it's now at the back with Louis Wright.
Still going forward.
Still getting some go forward now. Blundell's.
Blue taking it down.
Assistance given by Charlie Deppel. Oh, and then stepping through the gap is Oscar Gleave. Gleave's got some finishing to do. He was well tackled, but he's back to his feet. Now he's lost the ball. That was backwards enough. Charlie Deppel now has it.
No red.
Blundell's defence being tested again as they go short side. Tom Brearley that time.
Take a step, please. 12.
Away from Davis. Oakley in there providing the guard. Davis, old ball back inside. Didn't quite work out, was well seen. Now he goes again. Brearley, accompanied by Cooper for the clear out. Ferrari, brilliant man and ball hit, but it might still work for Dulwich. Was that a tap down from Kitson? He's trying to claim already that he was upturned palm. What's the referee and his assistant saying about it?
Okay. Just wait. Was there any cover on the outside for penalty try? Okay, so it was covered.
So
Line, please.
you could hear the conversation going on. Gregory Kitson perhaps a little lucky to be on the field there. It was deemed as a knockdown penalty, so often you'll see that given as a yellow card. Question even being asked about whether there was cover to consider the penalty try, but the assistant says it was there. So Dulwich will have to do this the more conventional way, from the line out. Right, into the middle for Cooper. Cooper comes down, attempt to get the maul going. Blundell's have shown that they can get some go forward in the maul when they want to, and at the moment it's a bit of an impasse. No way through to begin with. They're just beginning to creep now. Dulwich and Blundell's are struggling to deal with it, and Dulwich are down. Carl Dixon says try's been scored. Louis Wright, I think, the man at the back who had it. Showing they can do the up-front stuff as well as the showboating on the outside.
Well, they've had some success there in this first half with the driving maul. And when they got themselves into the position where they could really drive for the line, they've come up trumps with a 5-pointer. Be disappointing from a Blundell's point of view. They weren't able to stop that. It just seemed a bit too easy, didn't it? But both sides have had the opportunity to drive each other back.
Lovely from Jardine. And referee Carl Dixon says that will be that for the first half. Jardine adding the extras, getting Dulwich up to 21 points. Blundell's still on 17, but what a game we've got, Tom May, and what a first half we've seen.
That's been brilliant. End-to-end stuff. Ball going from one touchline to the other, and some great skills on show. Unbelievable pace. Okay, there've been a few errors, but we don't mind that if there's going to be some
Well, we've been thoroughly entertained in the first half. 3 tries from Dulwich College and 2 tries from Blundell's, and just a 4-point game at half-time. We'll have highlights to look at very shortly, but it's 17-21 at the break here at Allianz Park. Welcome back to Allianz Park. It's half-time in the Champions Trophy final for 2017. And it is very, very nicely poised. Blundell School with 17 points. Dulwich College with 21 with 3 tries. It's been enthralling, Tom May.
It's been brilliant. Great start for Dulwich. Blundell's looked like they were stuck on the bus at one point, but certainly they've worked their way out of that problem. And they've played brilliantly. Correa's been in the middle of everything that they've done well. And Maunder's just done what any good 9 does and just runs up the inside scoring. Yeah,
Sonny Jardine's been a big part of things for Dulwich. He's one of those players, I think, at this stage, we're not sure whether he's going to be hero or zero at the minute come the final whistle. But here we've got the first try. And, well, it was a brilliant break from Bliss after Jardine had picked him out. Finished off nicely by Ferrari.
Yeah, fantastic ball from Jardine to start with. What really impressed me was that little step there, which just held Kitson right on point, and then he's just offloaded and a good finish.
Dulwich were enjoying themselves as Jardine then found a chance to get the outside break and put Sofalarin in for Dulwich's second.
Yeah, it was a good bounce off the ball. He's played well, Jardine, hasn't he? Okay, the ball's gone down a couple of times, but that bounce here just bounced outside. And it was this ball, just straighten up, look for your support and just leave it on your outside shoulder.
Between the 2 tries, Blundell's got themselves a penalty, which Correa slotted to narrow the gap to 4, but at this stage, well, Dulwich were enjoying themselves, 14 points to 3, but then Correa stepped up and showed a bit of the nifty footwork to put away Maunder on his shoulder, and Blundell's began the fight back.
Well, yeah, he's clearly got a lot of confidence because he's got those boots on that are slightly different colours, which means you have to play well, and playing well he is. That little skip and then outside show, and that step here, Mikael Davis just left for dead. And then again, just a little pump to sit Bliss down, and then Maunder runs in for his first try of the afternoon.
Seen a good skill set from both of the fullbacks on the 2 teams, likes of Bliss and Kitson, and then, well, Correa getting on the outside again. Fortunate with the chip, as you said in commentary, Tom May.
Yeah, I think he was quite a good option, though. He'd looked inside him. He saw that Kitson was running down that inside line and the kick was the right option. Okay, you know, a bit fortunate. Probably didn't go exactly where he wanted it to go, but when you're playing well, things bounce your way.
Maunder straight back on the inside and getting over for the score. Just a 3-point game at this stage then, but just before the break, Dulwich found their way to get themselves back in front. Louis Wright, the hooker, gets the ball down, and Dulwich have the lead at the break by 21 points to 17. We'll be back with the second half in just a few minutes. Well, welcome back to Allianz Park. You've missed none of the action. We're just underway at the start of this second half, and it is finely poised. Blundell's on 17 points, Dulwich College on 21. And Dulwich College playing from left to right in the blue and black. Blundell's in the red and white, playing right to left, and it's Dulwich who have the line out here. Difficult one to call this at this stage of the game, which makes it all the more engrossing. Ball in from Louis Wright. It's at the back there. Picked up by Hayden Oakley. Davis under plenty of pressure there, but was it an offside? Certainly a penalty against Oskilbride.
Thank you.
Cole Dixon, our man in the middle, of course. Former Harlequins man.
He's done pretty well, I think.
Certainly has.
He's communicated well to the players, which I think is key for a referee now.
That was fine, but just make sure we're onside first before the ball comes down, okay?
There's always an element of referee coaching. I was going to say at schoolboy level, but frankly it's required at every level of the game.
Yeah, and that's why, excuse me.
Tom made to remove the frog that's currently in his throat.
No, no way, no way! Hey,
Blundell's trying to get the drive on here. Sorry, Dulwich getting the drive on. Blundell's trying to defend it. Now they come round the corner.
Release! Red!
Blundell's got to take their hands away. Now it's with Davis. Good for Jardine, who's a little bit deeper. Oh, and then from Wilson, and it's a good line from Cleve. Can Cleve go all the way? Just stopped short. Blundell's will have to defend this, and they're a little bit narrow. It's going to be the wide ball for Ferrari, and he gets his second try of the game. It was danger time for Blundell's from the initial break from Cleve, perhaps honeypotting a little bit around and leaving room out wide for Ferrari. And his second, Dulwich's fourth of the game.
Well, they've had a good afternoon, the Dulwich wingers, but this is all about that line from Cleve. Good step. Pretty close to the line, but this was just perfect for Jardine and his wide game. That ball over the top, and Ferrari in the corner. Be all right being a winger for Dulwich, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. You could certainly
go shy of seeing the ball.
Fair amount of service. I was thinking it's well, this is a ground we've seen plenty of fizzing passes from Charlie Hodgson over the years in Saracens colours. Jardine emulating him well. Tricky conversion effort from the touchline. Oh, that is superb. Keeps the scoreboard ticking over. Keeps his kicking record going. Just missed one penalty earlier.
That's right.
It's a great kick from the touchline. A really important one, to be honest. Points. Dulwich looking very strong in the opening moments of this second half, just like they did the first.
Dulwich coming away again. Goes to the floor with Charlie Deppel. And a big hit, nothing wrong with that. Louis Wright, Jardine. Just goes over that last line of defence. Haven't seen too many kicking deep from either side. Kitson. Pirouettes into the tackle. Tackle from Odenlami. Turnover for Dulwich. Referee happy with it. Odenlami comes away with it. Needs support. Davis. Run is from right. Jardine's going to be needed in the clear out. Manages to roll his player away. Davis again. Blundell's have got plenty of players to the right here. Wilson. On for Bliss. Blundell's defend it well, want to try and get Bliss to that touchline, does Oliphant Thompson, just too far away. Odenlami, good strength from the athletic back row man. Davis. Ball is a little loose, and well, they've decided to snatch at a potential 3 points, and it's gone over the posts. My word, the very nerve of it from Cleve. Absolutely stunning. Look at him, he's cool as a cucumber inside, he must be hopping.
The way he hit that, you would think that perhaps he had been kicking for 7 weeks, but bit of a wobbler. Hey, it all counts. Fantastic reactions from Cleve as that ball shot out from Davis.
Well, there was nothing on, was there?
Oh. I think everyone was a bit shocked by it.
Creeped over. Brilliant. Jardine. Blundell's are well positioned for that one. Kolowski will take it. Wants to try and get on the outside of Odenlami. Odenlami says, you can come towards my friend the touchline. Just about keeps him in. Simpson.
No, 7.
Only just converted to flanker from centre until a few weeks ago, Luke Simpson. Blundell's number 7. There he is, just getting himself onto the ball now and finding Maunder, and then back in for Simpson, and then he makes some decent yards. Tackle comes in from right. Blundell's centre of the field. They won't panic, having gone a couple of scores down. It's what happened to them from the very start of the game. They came back with 2 lightning tries in 2 minutes in that first half. They've got to do that again if they're going to get themselves back in front. Making some nice yards here. Trying to stay in field.
No, red!
Blundell struggling to get hold of the ball and keep it. Dulwich College doing enough to force the turnover. And it's a penalty against Blundell's. Down below us, change maybe being made shortly. George Stubbs getting ready to come on, as is George Duggan, the 2 number 17s for Blundell's and Dulwich.
Frustrating for Blundell's. We're putting together some good phases, some good work. Just turn the ball over at key times.
1-5.
Just allows Dulwich to relieve the pressure.
1 and 5.
So that turnover ball, great ball to attack from. You've got the likes of
5 red.
Bliss,
5
Jardine,
Is it done?
Ferrari, and also Sofalarin.
Okay.
Do not want to be turning the ball over and be caught on a hop with a disjointed defence.
Changes being made for Dulwich. Tom Wade onto the field as well. He's got a good game understanding. Ball is in from Dulwich. Enzo Croy brings that one down.
Release!
Jardine floated it up, but it's been picked away by Sam Cano. Cano's proved himself to be dangerous on a couple of occasions. Did that go forwards or was it backwards off the Dulwich hand? My first thoughts are that it did get back off Sofalarin. And Blundell's will have the line out. Sam Cano getting himself in that passing channel again, expecting it that time from Jardine.
Just got to be careful. It's about picking your time, and that's what makes a 10 stand out from the rest. When you see a defender fly out, you don't then stick with the same decision that you originally had in your mind. You change, you adapt to what's in front of you.
Blundell's got the right player at the line out, but it wasn't straight, says referee Caldickson.
Go on, boys! Go on, the rest of the line! Go on, boys! Lick it off from that! Crouch! Set!
From the setup, you'd think that Dulwich would have a crack at it.
Hold! Early from red.
Maybe not.
Blundell's done for the early shove. Got to wait until the ball is in before you apply the pressure, and it's a free kick against Blundell's for having gone early. That's the signal from the referee.
It's a free kick.
Jardine to relieve the pressure on Dulwich here.
Interesting also, Ben Jacobs right behind the posts, just behind that Dulwich.
Blue on the line, please. Red ball.
Free kick there, just shouting no, get it down the field. Interesting balance, isn't it, from a coach's perspective, especially when they've played in the top level. You don't want to curb the enthusiasm of these players. You want to let them run, you want to let them play.
More!
That's better from Blundell's from the line out. They break. Got to be careful of that touchline again. Oh, it's a superb running from Luke Simpson. He goes all the way down the blind side. Fantastic from Luke Simpson. My goodness me. Blundell's will not roll over.
They won't, and that will be really disappointing from a defensive point of view for those Dulwich players. Just so easy. Simpson took off, he bumped one. That was Davis. A couple of fens. And certainly Sofalarin. He needed to do better there. And now we get a great opportunity to see the technique of Correa.
Gone wide from Correa. Gets a pat on his back from his teammate though. You can see this from the touchline end. Fancied his chances against Davis to begin with, but still had a lot of work to do.
Oh yeah, he's had a go at everyone there. Front row, scrum half and wing. Certainly you can see with the pace he's played in the backs. Talking of pace, here's Bliss.
Tackle!
Gap now down to 9 points. Oh, it nearly came into the palms of Sam Kenno. Sofalarin trying to batter his way through as well, but is dragged into touch. We have got a game on here. Both of these sides really, really want this. And there's some great talent out there to enjoy. We hope you're enjoying it here on Premier Sports. This was the try and break from Simpson. He had a moment to survey the turf, didn't he? And then said, right, I think I can get rid of the first one. And then he said goodbye to Tom Brearley and Femi Sofalarin as well.
It's a knock-on advantage.
Knock-on advantage being played to Blundell's. They're going to need 2 scores if they're going to get themselves in front. That's a fabulous offload out the back of the hand from Correa. And then they get it out again. Legasic, well tackled. Got to release the ball. It's a penalty to Blundell's.
Got to come round. Got to come back round through the game.
Are they going to go quickly? They want it wide. They think they've got the numbers. Dulwich may have other ideas. What's going to be the decision here? They've gone for the scrum. It's not one they're going to kick into the corner. Their line-out hasn't been functioning so well. Jardine with the tackle on Legasic.
Was close to putting his foot into touch there, Legasic. But again, it's Correa at the centre of everything. Fend with his left hand, out the back door with his right. He's on fire.
Set. Hold it. Okay. Come back if we need it.
Trying to find some width, Correa. Oh, we might have overcooked that slightly. Oh, he'll be frustrated with himself, but
the scrum offence.
We're coming back for a scrum offence.
Blue to ground.
Correa was hoping that midfield would open up for him, wasn't he?
The scrum.
Just trying to run that outside line.
Scrum again. Make sure that it's stable and not going forward before you put the ball in. Okay?
Referee clear with his instruction to Sam Maunder. Just joining us, Sam Maunder, of course, is younger brother of Jack. Jack Maunder got his first cap for England against Argentina under Eddie Jones in the summer.
Just make sure you hold it. Seconds, just make sure you hold
Great
it.
opportunity for the national head coach to look at a few of the players in the pocket.
Crouch!
And the England under 18 set up is Sam.
Set!
Ball is in
Now hold it, Red!
at the back with Bush. Now it's away. Crow feeds it on Jardine with the tackle. Away again, Correa. Now he looks for that outside pass. It's just been knocked on
Now,
by Sofalarin.
you'd have to say,
Just enough.
Without the knock-on, would there have been the score? It's a fair question. It was certainly he was going for the intercept, so I think it's fair to say it's a knock-on rather than a penalty. It's not a slap down, is it? But it is a fair point Tom May.
it was a bit of basketball, not in my house.
Yeah.
Push him before the ball comes in, okay? Let's make sure it's static, okay?
It would have been a big call for Carl Dixon to make that one, I think.
Crouch! Bind! Set! Now use it.
Maunder, Correa looked to give, but instead, as the dummy came around the corner, Correa just made the extra yards himself. Now Simpson, the try scorer, good low body position into the tackle of Wilson. Lucas Wilson, who's been on right from the start. Matthew O'Flaherty taking a knock in a tackle within the first couple of minutes. Wilson's acquitted himself well. Trying to find a little bit of room in the corner. Maunder's there. Now it's up for Ollie Clough. Protection from George Bush. They go back to the right. Big tackle on Monty Crow. Attempted turnover. Dulwich have managed to steal it, in fact. That's brilliant from the London side. And the clearance from Mikel Davis. Has he found touch? Just about. Blundell's will still have the line out inside the 22.
Here we go. Push him up. Was it touched?
More and more vocal that Dulwich support.
Box kick, wasn't touched.
I hope they don't have to talking lessons tomorrow.
All in.
They are having a lovely time up there. They went a little quiet when Blundell's fought back in the first half, and there is still time. Blundell's have possession with George Bush.
More!
Another scholarship import in from Ivybridge.
Advantage entry.
Silently gets on with a lot of the hard work, does George Bush. Sort of Richard Hill style back row character, but there's a penalty, and it goes against George Duggan, lying on the wrong side. Blundell's.
Entry.
Are they going to call scrum time again?
What do you want?
What's the decision? Scrum is called.
Moore hadn't moved.
They do need 2 scores. I mean, you wonder whether it's worth them going for the 3-pointers to then build on another occasion for the 7.
Yeah. It's difficult, isn't it? Because they just want to attack, and when they've got the likes of Correa in their back line, it's a good opportunity for them to put Dulwich under real pressure.
Maunder takes the quick tap. Early engagement from Dulwich that time. Now they come running around the corner. Simpson really showing himself in this second half has been Simpson. Maunder has to get there. Line speed from Dulwich defensively is strong. Off to the right. Crow trying to find a bit of room for Correa on the outside. Bounces through one tackle. Barry Correa bounces through another. They just can't stop it. One of the players has got to go. It's a try. Try in the corner. Made by Correa once more. He absolutely loves bouncing off those tacklers.
Absolutely incredible strength from Correa. There is nothing on here. That pass has left him alone with about 3 defenders, if not 4. Sit down, you. Sit down, you. And I'll just try and run along with you. And wow, what a finish as well. To stretch out, good balance, great awareness. It's not often should Blundell's come out on the wrong side of this contest. It's not often you have someone that would be pushing for man of the match from the losing side.
Certainly. Well, there's time enough left for Correa to have a say in whether Blundell's can turn this one around. Tricky conversion effort from right on the touchline to try and take the deficit down to 2 points. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Brilliant from Correa. 4 out of 5 from the boot.
Look at this.
This is something special.
Good step. That's a number 8, by the way. He can get off. Poor old Mikel Davis. Oscar Gleave.
Does everyone come off?
And it's just the awareness, the ability to stretch out, understand where he is.
I have to admit, from our commentary position over to that corner, I thought he'd managed to get through that penultimate tackle.
19 holes.
Someone else picked the ball and went. I wasn't clear that it was he who'd done all the work and get right into the corner himself. A truly brilliant individual bit of strength and skill from Correa. But here comes Max Bliss, who's shown that he's got a decent skill set as well.
Release 3.
Dulwich will know that they had a good start to the first half, and Blundell's came back and got themselves in front. Blundell's still trail by 2 points, but Dulwich will feel they've got to go again. They've got to build to another score, and soon, because Blundell's are fancying the fight back once again. What a final we've got here, a 2-point game once again, with about 10 minutes to go or so. They go short side again from Davis. Big tackle on Jack Klinkenberg. On Ramsey's. Back for Jardine. Steps right, straightens up.
Away, Red!
There's less organisation of where to put the ball here from Dulwich. Blundell's thought they'd turned it over. Maunder is distraught at the decision from the referee. It's a penalty to Dulwich, and they will take a chance to take this down the touchline and try and build to another try of their own.
He may have ripped it, he landed on the wrong side.
Great game on our hands here. 10 minutes to go. There's no way anyone could call this.
Forward past the line of touch.
4 tries apiece, 8 tries we've been treated to.
Good maths.
Thanks very much. I'm here all week. Dulwich line. Well taken by Cooper. Try and get some go forward here. Blundell's in what looked like a decent position to defend it, and they do make the tackle. And now it's with Jardine. Wanted to try and find his way through and get the offload away to Gleave. Couldn't quite manage it. So Mikel Davis will arrive at scrum half and then feed Enzo Croy. Croy, good leg drive from a man who's actually an under-16.
12's got to roll
Penalty
first.
to Dulwich. It's against Correa.
12 has got to roll first.
0-0 if he's going to allow Dulwich back on the scoreboard. And, well, they've decided to pick off 3 points here. And with the momentum they had, is that the right decision? Certainly keeps Blundell's away from getting any victory with a penalty at the other end over the next 10 minutes. But
well, I think also it shows what's going on in their minds. You know, this isn't done and dusted. Okay, we've had some, or the majority of the possession in this game, probably the majority of territory as well, but they fully understanding of the fact that Blundell's can pull something out of nothing.
Jardine. That's 3. 5-point game as Dulwich get themselves the penalty through Jardine. 5 out of 6 from the boot from him. Blundell's with the restart, not quite able to get anyone on it, but that's nicely run onto by Femi Sofalarin. Davis. Jardine. Out wide, Tom Wade. Good carry from him.
Turnover's good.
Turnover is good, though. That's what the referee says.
Take a step, Blue.
Blundell staying alive with the ball. Simpson. Out through Crow. Correa is being well marshalled now to bring him down. Maunder. Maunder sniffed through the gap himself. Needed someone on the shoulder. Correa has gone for a little chip over the side. Not sure anyone else was on the same page as him at that point. Davis off for Sofalarin. Sofalarin then kicks downfield, and now it's to Correa. Correa steps out of one. Tackle was great from Davis that time. Wasn't going to be sat down a second time. Maunder to the right. Crow. Was there a hand on that as it went forwards? I'm not sure that referee Dixon saw it. Blundell will continue. Maunder off to the right. They're going the same way at the minute. He's going to change it back. It's good possession, but the defensive line from Dulwich has been pretty impassable. Maunder decides that we'll kick this one into the corner, and that beats everybody into touch. Decent game management. Going to have to put the pressure on Dulwich on their own line out.
A decent kick. I wonder whether they had one more phase just to come down this near side.
17 Blue off.
5 attackers against 3 defenders.
17 Blue.
And key for Blundell's, I think, Correa was one of those attackers. And he doesn't need too much space, as we've seen.
Numbers, please. Numbers. Stay there, 3. Numbers 5,
The change as George Duggan comes off. Tom Brearley comes back onto the field. Brearley, a really strong character in that front row. Carried well during the first half particularly, so perhaps James Hanks just fancying getting a little bit more of that up front grunt onto the field for the last few minutes to try and close out the victory. 5 points, Dulwich with the lead. High ball from Dulwich. Stayed in field, but it's been knocked on from Blundell's. It's a penalty to Dulwich. Went forward indeed off the man who tried to catch it, and then a player in front got his hands on the ball.
That was good intelligent play from Ferrari. Knew he couldn't quite get there and just waited for the ball to land. And certainly Legasic knew exactly what was coming, and that was exactly why he knocked it on.
There you go, through. You go, through. Five man.
Dulwich, can they close the game out?
Hold 8. Sack's good as one man.
Trying to challenge from Cooper.
Tackle, release.
Jardine, little grubber this time. Is it going to sit up nicely? Ball is loose on the floor. Blundell's get down onto it, but it's still with Dulwich. Odunlami trying to use his strength to get through. Davis, they come back, now Brearley.
Tackle!
Correa trying to rip the ball in the tackle, they've all got to release it though. Oh, Correa might be lucky there.
Oh, I think he's got away with it. Oh, and they've given a bit of back chat. I think he's got away with one there. Clear, I think that Carl Dixon was saying that the players had to release on the floor, and he took his time, certainly Correa, but hey, it's all about what you can get away with.
Well, speaking of what he can get away with, Tom, let's focus on your selection for player of the match.
I think there's been some outstanding performances. Clearly, the two wingers for Dulwich have been influential for them. Bliss at fullback as well.
Numbers, please.
I think Gleaves come into the game. Sonny Jardin's been fantastic.
7.
And then for Blundell's, Maunders had a fantastic afternoon, but my player of the match has to be, he's had an outstanding afternoon, Barry Correa.
Release 7.
He's done everything that's been asked of him. Great game from him.
Sofalarin with possession. Back in field for Dulwich.
Tackle!
Ball safety critical for them to get this over the line. Wilson, Odunlami getting round the outside. Just manages to keep those boots in field. That's a brilliant counter-ruck from Blundell's. Oliphant Thompson then with the carry. Is the team with the red and white going to have one last say in this?
Look out.
Defend, Correa. Correa gets on the outside, he wants to take responsibility himself.
Let's play on that.
Gets it inside where it was just knocked on. Should he have given it earlier and provided the follow-up?
Time off, person off. Yeah. Time is off.
Just a bit too eager, wasn't he, to just try and pull something special out of nowhere. He's been sensational though, hasn't he?
Sorry, you got 2.5 minutes left, you can do it.
He's had a great game.
Especially like the fact that he only started kicking 7 weeks ago.
Well, quite.
I think that's brilliant. I love the way he uses it, just a cone as well. No, don't bother with tees, I just want a cone.
Yeah. 14 points as well for his boot. Well, his personal tally, of course, he's got the try as well. So 14 points for Barry Correa, and well, it's been a brilliant individual performance. Game not quite over yet. Is our player of the match going to be on the losing side for Blundell's? Dulwich College scrum.
Set. Hold.
Our clock as good estimation as we can. will be on the referee Cole Dixon's whistle.
Stop the board!
Modern Lamy with a lot of work to do. Just about kept that in. Jardine goes for that long fizz pass, finds Bliss, but he was tackled well this time.
Hands off his feet, 12, away.
Correa trying to get that turnover. Referee said he was off his feet.
Tackle!
Davis to the left. Carry from
Release,
Tom
tackle.
Wade. Turnover ball
Turnover was
for
good.
Blundell's. Down that narrow side. Got to be careful of that touchline. And they are out. Might have been a moment to bring it back in field, because Dulwich will have the line out.
On the edge.
Just got to be wary of their field position at moments like that, Tom May.
It's a line out, your line out.
Yeah, and that's something that both sides, I think, will look at
Line out.
once they go away from here. Allianz Park, it's been a bit too easy to get into touch. Quite happy to get tackled into touch rather than really
Time
fight
off.
to stay inside the field of play.
Time's off.
That's the key.
Time is off. Happy.
You never see top-class wingers getting bundled into touch, unless, of course, they're going for the corner and it's worth a shout.
Dulwich again with possession. They've been worthy of their place in this final. Some superb tries scored by them, particularly the openers. Jardine pulling the strings expertly as well. Davis has kept things ticking over from scrum half. Now cutting back against the grain. That's Jack Ramsey, son of Gordon Ramsey, abrasive and physical man. He's also shooting off for the dress rehearsal of the school play tonight, is Jack Ramsey. So he's got to get rid of the mud and get the grease paint on after this one.
Still time. Arrive up. Stripped. Turnover good. Blue.
Referee
hands
says the
away
turnover's
now.
good. Blundell's have the ball. There's very little defence out wide currently
Blue,
for
hands
Dulwich
off.
College. If they could get it there. They've decided to go short side to Oliphant Thompson, taking on Brearley. Big battle, that one, of the two front rows. Simpson.
He's played well as well, hasn't he?
Away 13.
Certainly has, yeah. Now they come to the right again. Correa, not with as much room to operate in as perhaps he'd like to build up ahead of steam.
No, now.
Blundell's need keep ball here, and to try and get ever closer to that Dulwich line. Good turnover
Away
position
now,
from
Blue.
Modern Lamy, but didn't quite manage to wrestle it away. Now it's with Crow. It was just on the
Knock
shoulder
on.
of Keno.
Advantage over from the knock-on.
Advantage on the knock-on is over.
Time.
Brearley.
That's time for it.
Dulwich under a fair bit of pressure. They're told the time is up. They clear it to touch, and they are the winners of the Champions Trophy. Dulwich College have done enough, but what a final we've been treated to.
It's been absolutely brilliant, end-to-end, touchline to touchline, some outstanding performances, and you can see what it means to Dulwich College, and equally Blundell's. Players down on their haunches, absolutely devastated that they've missed this opportunity. But on the flip side, look what it means to Dulwich and their fans. They've been brilliant all afternoon.
Dulwich College, the first side in history then to win both the Schools Cup and the Under-18s Champions Trophy. They have thoroughly enjoyed their day out here, and they're well worth the win. They came flying out in that first half, building up to that 14 points to 3 lead, but fair play to Blundell's, they fought back all the way. Then again, start of the second half, Dulwich got themselves up to 31 points to 17, but Blundell's kept it tight, got it down to a 2-point game before Jardine's final penalty, which made it a 5-pointer as it's finished. It is a full-time score at Allianz Park of Blundell's School 29, Dulwich College 34. But once again, this school's competition, the Champions Trophy, proved to be absolutely barnstorming. Let's have a look at the best bits of the second half then, and well, there are a few to enjoy.
Yeah, certainly Dulwich started the second half like they did the first, and that break from Gleave was fantastic to get them underneath the sticks. And then Jardine was just going to his go-to, the ball over the top. Easy finish for Ferrari in the corner.
Jardine able to convert that one as well.
Yeah, Gleave got more and more into the game, didn't he, as it progressed. Just got caught 2 short Blundels. And really, that defensive effort was what let them down. But certainly Simpson replied well. The break from that driving maul. Good fend on poor old Michael Davis. He was on the receiving end of a few, wasn't he? A little scrum off.
Certainly was. Kept getting back up for more, though.
And this is just absolutely sensational from Barry Correa. Good aggression, good strength, and the finish is unreal.
Scholarship player, and you can see why.
It's poor old Michael Davis there.
Back to his feet, and the try goes down. It was a final penalty from Jardine that then took the 2-point gap to the 5-pointer. Blundell's there with Simon Johnson in the middle, who we heard from at the start of the day. They should be incredibly proud of their efforts. As we can see in the background, Dulwich College sending the crowd into raptures, and why not? These schools finals days are ones to enjoy.
It's great that they go over and, you know, celebrate with the fans that have, fair play to them, they haven't been quiet all afternoon. They've added so much to this Champions Trophy.
Heroes for the hour.
I fancy taking those lads back as the teacher. Imagine trying to control them.
Angst and anguish on some of the faces of the Blundell's players, and well, you can appreciate why. They fought incredibly well. But there are winners and losers in finals, and well, they will be a very proud bunch of runners-up in this final. We'll have the presentations coming for you as well.
Interesting with what's coming up this weekend. We've got a team in red and black against a team in blue and yellow. Obviously a massive game in the Champions Cup for Saracens. But this is all about the schools today.
Of course, we do have another game coming up for you, which will be the Ace League final. 6:15, sorry, a 4:15 start, that one. 6:15, would have been waiting a while. And there's the man of the match, Barry Correa. Stunning performance from that individual. You did mention, Tom May, in commentary, that if you've got boots like that, you need to show it, and he certainly did, didn't he?
He did. Everything that was asked of him, he did as well as he could. Really impressive, the footwork, handling ability, and just awareness.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed the final here. Do get your messages across on social media using the hashtag Champions Cup. Sorry, Champions Trophy, I should say. Hashtag Champions Trophy. Blundell's now are being led up to the main stand.
I think we can all agree both sides served up a match rich in talent, ambition and endeavour. And I'd like to show your appreciation for our runners-up of today's trophy final, Blundell's.
There'll no doubt be players from Blundell's that'll be involved in the campaign next year. And we're looking forward to coming back and having another crack in the Champions Trophy. They make their way up to the top. It's not an easy competition to get to the final, and that's what Blundell's will have to remember about the effort that they've put in. There's a tremendous amount of pride to be taken from getting this far, and indeed getting so close to Dulwich College, who've had such a decent run in this competition as well, and have been playing very well over the course of the season as well. Blundell's are 7th in the Daily Mail trophy table. They've had a couple of big wins over Millfield and Clifton College this season as well, let's not forget. But Dulwich, well, we said pre-game, they've scored more than 30 points in all but one of their Champions Trophy matches. Well, they've scored 34 today. Blundell's had yet to concede more than 7, but Dulwich proving that they had it in attack to be able to get through them. Some great entertainment we've been witness to in the final. Good sporting appreciation from the Dulwich fans as Blundell's make their way down the stairs. Great opportunity to have seen the next generation. As we said, you know, some of these players may not be choosing to go on into the professional era, but certainly signs from a few individuals that they've got what it takes at this sort of level, Tom May.
Yeah, definitely, and certainly that guy that's coming into screen now, or both of those players, Maunder and Correa, as they're being watched on by Richard Hill. They have an opportunity, no doubt. But this is all about playing rugby, enjoying yourselves, playing with your mates.
Well refereed as well by Carl Dixon, of course.
From Louis Ferrari, and another try from Louis Wright. Supplemented by kicks from Oscar Glean and then number 10, Sonny Jardine.
Dulwich are making their way up now.
Other side, uncatchable, 34-29 winners.
We'll wait until they're all set before they raise the Champions Trophy silverware.
Unbeaten throughout this knockout competition. And soon to hold aloft.
Great feeling when you've won something with your mates. That's what it's all about. That's what the game's about. And for these fellas, no
And that
doubt.
man just to the right of the picture there, Sonny Jardine steered the ship pretty well at fly half, didn't he?
Yeah, he did well. I think he does have an opportunity to progress and further his career into professional rugby, and it comes with game understanding, doesn't it? It comes with age, a bit of maturity, which will be added to his game. And this is the moment they've been waiting for.
The winners of the 2017 Champions Trophy are Dulwich College. Every school song sung over the next hour or two, and they won't stop. They've even got the war paint on as well.
Great to see young lads enjoying themselves, enjoying their rugby. And I guess for the next two teams, they get an opportunity to see what it's all about, see what they're playing for.
career, able to savour the moment and enjoy the occasion with his family. Might not have been the winner in terms of scoreline on this occasion, but what a player and what a performance we've enjoyed from him. Jack Ramsey, not one of those players to put in a decent shift, the likes of Oluwad and Lamy as well. Mentioned Ferrari and Bliss, Sofalarin, who enjoyed playing as a solid and very pacey back three, it has to be said, for Dulwich. And Michael Davis, proof that rugby is made for all shapes and sizes. Sat down a couple of times, kept getting back up. Told by the coach midweek, you might spot him because he looks like an under-12s player. I think we did. But he has got a very smart rugby brain on him, given how he marshalled the troops and kept fizzing the ball just where it needed to be fizzed. And I'm hoping we're able to get a bit of post-match reaction, and I think we can go down and join Bill Latham, who's pitch side.
Oscar Glebe, Louis Ferrari, many congratulations. Oscar, we'll start with you first. Champions Trophy winners, how great does that sound?
Yeah, it feels brilliant. At Dulwich, we've only trying to inspire the boys like we were when we were here in Year 7 watching them lift the NatWest Cup. We've only just all season just been geared towards doing the same thing. It feels brilliant, not only to win it, but to inspire them in front of the junior school, in front of Year 9s, 10s. Everyone watching back at home. It's all we've wanted to do all season, so it feels brilliant.
How nervous were those last few minutes?
Yeah, pretty nervy. We dug in. That's what Dulwich is all about, defending on the line like that. Just showing the Dulwich spirit in front of all the boys. Brilliant.
And a cheeky little drop goal. How much of a bumper did that actually give you?
I didn't know it was going over. It went so flat. I just drilled it. It was just more of a hit and hope, less technique.
Was it pre-planned?
No, it just came to me. Yeah, I just saw my name in lights and just hit it.
We're talking about all for glory, Louis. 2 tries in the final. 2 tries in any game is pretty special. How special is this?
Oh, it's so special today. Just, you know, in front of everyone, all the crowd, all my mates, they've come to watch us, cheering us on. To get 2 tries, just amazing. It's dream come true. I've been here since Year 3, and yeah, just to get in wearing this jersey on a final, it's just amazing.
Is that the secret that you guys have, that you never give up for each other?
Never give up. This badge means so much to all the boys. It's different to any other school, any other team. All the ex-boys, they say it. When you wear this badge, it's about family. It's not about just your teammate. Week in, week out, we just work so hard for each other, and this is what you get from that. You get one of these. You get one of these.
Many congratulations, guys. Go and join the rest of the team and enjoy yourselves.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, great to get some reaction from the Dulwich College team. Oscar Glebe and Louis Ferrari. Scorer of a couple of tries, enjoyed himself out there. My thanks to Tom May, and thanks to you for watching on Premier Sports. Blundell School, a sterling effort, but just coming up short. They've lost out to some very, very worthy champions who make a bit of history by being the first school to win the Schools Cup and the Champions Trophy in its 4th year. The champions, Dulwich College, winners of the Champions Trophy final for 2017 by 34 points to 29. Join us on Free Sports for coverage of the Ace League final. We will be there, and kick-off, of course, for that one is at 4:15. But for now, from Tom and I, it's a very good afternoon.